Hey everyone, I'm Brian.
I'm Tyler.
And this is the Parterre.
We've been gardening at our home since 2019, and we've transformed our space into gardens inspired by our travels, and we're so excited to share the newest garden with you.
Yes, this feels like something that has been so long in the making, and it's really the biggest thing we've ever done. We've taken you guys on the journey from here and there, like projects and planting things and special plants to us, and we've never really taken you through an entire new garden space. And that's what this series is, and I just cannot believe that we are finally here.
Earlier this year, we laid out the plans for potential garden spaces for 2026, and this Parterre garden was on the plan, but we weren't sure if it was going to happen or not. And we're very excited that it is actually happening. It's going to be real. And this whole area around us is going to be a beautiful garden here very soon.
So a little history lesson on our garden. In the past few years, we've done some really big projects, and we have brought you guys along for some of those. But the space that we're sitting in has always sort of felt like the undefined, sort of messy middle. I know you love that term. Mm-hmm. And when we did the entryway garden, we put all of this thought and effort into how we wanted it to feel, how we wanted it to make our guests feel as they entered our garden, and sort of that space was really intentional and really well thought out. And we added in the gate, the garden gate, which you guys are familiar with now. We added in all of the concrete patio, and we've sort of built around it from there. And when we did that, we actually added a beautiful sidewalk right down the middle of the Union Garden, but we had the option to add that sidewalk sort of all the way through this space.
Right where we're sitting, actually.
Yes, and we opted not to because we knew that we wanted this space to feel different, and we wanted it to be something truly special to our garden, but we just didn't know what that was at the time. And I think now we finally arrived at a full plan of what we want, and it's finally time to connect these two spaces.
And we always knew that we wanted to connect them, but just having so much concrete together felt really heavy. And that's one thing that you'll notice about this new space is that it's going to feel full, but I think it's going to feel very light with the materials that we're choosing, the plants that we're choosing, and we'll have both spaces connected, so you'll be able to walk through our garden just as you like.
Yes, so we really want to paint the picture for you today, just sort of give you our vision of what we want this space to be, what we want this series to be, how we want to sort of take you guys along for the journey of obviously like the design and selecting all of the plants and selecting all of the hardscapes. And we really want you guys to understand fully what this looks like and how we're journeying through it, so that it makes it a little bit easier for you guys to journey through it yourselves. Adding in new gardens, adding in new sort of visionary spaces in your own garden is like such a big deal. And I think it's something that a lot of people are afraid of. And I'll be honest with you, this is a huge deal for us. So we've spent some restless nights thinking about it too.
I'm a little scared, I'm not gonna lie. So a lot of you are probably wondering, what is a Parterre garden? So why don't you tell us?
Yeah, so a parterre garden is a really formal garden space, typically defined by hedging of some sort. In a lot of cases, it's boxwood hedging, and in our case, it will be too. Mm-hmm. And then there are also paths that go right down the middle of it. And so there are parterre gardens in all parts of history. You can find parterre gardens in Italy that consist of only boxwoods. And then you can go over to different parts of Europe, and they have all of these beautiful cottage plants incorporated to them, and they're seen as a little bit more casual. And I would sort of say that's how we're going to be approaching a parterre garden. We wanted to follow along with our current style of gardening, which I would say is a British formal sort of cottage garden. And this parterre, though it will be a little bit more elevated than the rest of the garden, it's still going to follow that design approach. So we think a lot about what we want our spaces in the garden to make us feel like. And I think that that's really, really important for this space in particular, because it is going to be so formal and so elevated. There's still a lot of depth to it. So Tyler, how do you want the space to make you feel?
I want to feel like I'm back in London, just walking through a garden without a care in the world. And I want a little table or bench over there, and when I come sip my coffee and read a little bit and just kind of disconnect from
I love
everything.
that. Yeah, we're gonna see if you get that table or bench. I'm not quite sure about it. I think that my take on how I want it to feel is like we don't have gravel anywhere in our garden, and we have gravel pathways planned for this space. And so I just kind of want to feel the gravel under my feet and sort of hear that crunch as I walk along it. And I also somehow, I know it's going to be a super formal space, but I want it to feel like a space that I can tend to, and like a space where I can come out and sort of put my kneeling pad down and spend a little while in the garden. And I don't know if we'll have vegetables in this space or if it'll be mostly just perennials and shrubs like most of the rest of our garden. But I want to spend time here, and I want it to feel, I don't know, very English. I want this space to feel maybe more English than the rest of our garden. And I also want it to feel cozy. I think that a lot of our garden is beautiful, and I'm so proud of all the work that we've done. But I think this little room is going to feel like just a really cozy through space that you get to live in.
Yeah. It also obviously is inspired by our travels throughout the world.
Yeah.
And one thing that I loved when we were in Paris was there was this very formal garden with a fountain and topiaries, and it also had the pea gravel. And just walking through that and kind of reminiscing about that feeling that we had when we were there, I think it's going to be really nice.
Yeah, it's so funny because when we were in Paris, we actually didn't get to go to Versailles, which has very, very formal parterre gardens all over it. And I kind of think that that's maybe better because we don't have to compare it to this really structured, sort of rigid idea. We can make this a parterre garden that is sort of all our own.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm assuming that you guys are all excited to see the design, so why don't we show it to you? All right, so here it is.
Are you ready? Moment of truth.
Let's do it.
This is it.
All right, let's set these plants on it so we can actually see it. It's a little windy.
So where should we start? There's a lot going on here.
Yes, so the way that we're looking at it is obviously we're sort of facing like you guys, but the actual plan is facing out away from our house. And so that's how we're gonna talk about it. And I think the best way to talk about it is really where the most work is gonna be first. And that is taking the existing hill out and putting in a retaining wall.
Oh my gosh. We have had this hill here since we moved in, obviously.
Yep.
And it's been a little bit of a drainage issue. And so we're gonna fix all of that by taking the hill out and putting in a retaining wall.
And the retaining wall is actually gonna help us. It's gonna buy some space for us.
Yeah.
So currently the way that I've been thinking about the hill is that it's just in the way. And it's felt like space that when we were planning for this project, we sort of thought like, okay, could we keep the hill and then put the parterre at the bottom of that and then plant the hill up with grasses or with trees or something that it would sort of become part of this, but maybe like a wall between the actual garden and this space. And that just sort of seemed like a waste to us. And it felt like this, if we get rid of the hill, then we've got really functional space that we can come back in and sort of incorporate into the parterre and make it really, really beautiful. And so we're gonna actually run this beautiful retaining wall that is actually gonna match our entryway gate. So it's gonna be white stucco with a brick cap on it. So I think that's gonna sort of all be sort of very cohesive throughout the garden. And we're gonna run it right along the edge of the existing garden space. And that way we sort of keep that sexy little edge, like I've been saying.
The curve.
Yes, because I think it's so nice.
Now, there are stairs on the plan on this side, but we have decided to not do those stairs.
Yep.
There will be stairs right over my shoulder that lead up to the path through the middle of the peninsula.
Yep.
So we'll be able to keep this little path through here. And so it's not like we'll be blocking off the garden. I mean, it'll still be very accessible.
Yep.
And then having the wall is just gonna widen this whole area here, and we're gonna fill it up with all this beautiful stuff.
That's right. So adding in the stairs here, sort of up through the garden, I think is super, super needed because if you look, you can see where the grass sort of just continually gets beat up because we're walking across it to get to that garden path. And as Tyler's pointed out several times for us, we really, really use that garden path because it cuts our pathway from the house over to the shed. It sort of cuts that in half and makes it a little easier to access for us. And so we use it a lot. And having these stairs up through it is gonna make it way easier. And then if we actually need to bring a cart through or anything like that. We have the grass pathway that we already have, and that'll sort of serve that functional purpose for us. So I think those stairs are going to be really beautiful and add to just the design of the space.
Yeah.
But then also obviously add that function and maybe give us a good reason to add some stone to the actual pathway finally.
Maybe so, yeah.
Yes. So our actual pathway through the garden, I know it's a little hard to picture with this plan, but our pathway will lead directly down from the existing patio, right beyond where we're standing now, just right there, and it'll lead right down the middle of the parterre. And we're actually going to sort of start the space, and you'll enter through a potager. And so a potager is a garden that, like I said earlier, a garden that you tend to. It's very typically a space that includes vegetables, and you finally plant a potager garden, and that sort of stands out to you on the outside of an actual formal space. And so you'll walk through this potager and then into the actual formal part of the parterre that will have our beautiful boxwood hedging.
Yeah, so we'll have kind of two little L-shaped boxwood hedges on either side of the path.
Yep.
We'll have some cobblestones lining the edge of the gravel to give us some nice separation so that our gravel doesn't end up in the mulch, and the mulch doesn't end up in our gravel. And then down at the end of the path, we're gonna put a beautiful round fountain.
Yes, I'm so excited about this fountain. You guys know how much we love our existing fountain and just the sound that it creates. And this fountain is gonna be a little bit different than that. So we're excited to share it with you on a later episode.
And you'll be able to stand in the path and look one way and see the new fountain, and then turn around and you'll see the other fountain, which is perfect.
Yes, so let's talk about the end of the parterre and sort of how we're going to define this space. So currently, at the end of the parterre, or the end of the space now, you see our fence, and we obviously have our arborvitaes planted along the fence for privacy, but they really haven't grown in very much. And so just a few years ago, they built two pretty large houses on the other side of the street, and we can see those from what will be the start of the pathway. And so we wanted to sort of take care of that. And so we are going to plant 3 gorgeous trees right along the fence line, and those trees are going to grow up very narrow for us. I can't wait to share those trees with you, and block that view, but then also add seasons-long interest.
Yes, and then right underneath them, we're going to be adding some beautiful hydrangeas. And then we've also got 2 additional trees that we'll be adding right on either side of the boxwood hedging when you arrive at the fountain, just to give us another little formal cap.
Yeah.
It's going to be really nice.
Yes, I think it's going to be so pretty. And you guys know, as we work through this, we are always going to continue to incorporate color contrast. So there will be lots of red and lots of chartreuse and silvers and blues, and obviously that dark green foliage with the boxwood. And so I think that this space is really going to sort of bring all the spaces in our garden together and feel very distinct and of its own while that's happening.
In addition to this gravel path down the middle, we'll also be adding a crushed granite path just along the bottom side of the wall to connect all of the spaces together.
Yep.
I think that's going to be a really nice little spot.
Yeah.
Right over here is where we're going to have a little grouping of pots and maybe a nice little table for me to sit and do some reading.
Yeah.
We'll see if that happens. And then what I'm most excited about is on the inside of this boxwood hedging, we're going to have so much new planting area to plant whatever we want. We could do different annuals every year. We could plant more roses.
Yeah.
The possibilities are just kind of endless, which is exciting.
Yeah, I think that the way that we could look at this parterre garden is that it's really formal ideas, and it's really formal hedging that is sort of boxing in what a question mark. It could be anything we want it to be. And so I think we're considering hydrangeas for the space. We're considering, like Tyler said, roses for the space. I think that this is going to sort of ignite something in the process for us. And that's when we'll figure out exactly what we want inside of the boxwood hedging, inside of the parterre itself. But we're really creating the structure and the bones of the space, and then we're going to fill in after that. And I think it's just going to be so beautiful. And then, of course, at the top of this retaining wall is going to be our existing peninsula bed, and all of the planting and hard work that we've done in that space is just going to sort of be framed by this new space.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
So I know that this may seem like a big plan, and I have to shout out our friend Joey, who owns a local landscape company called Seasons Fine Gardening. I called him with this idea one day because I just couldn't sleep thinking about it. And the next day I woke up and I was like, you know what, we need somebody else to come over and join us and just sort of explain the vision and get their take, and then somebody to sort of help us formalize the plan and the idea. And he came over and he added in so many different ideas that we sort of weren't even thinking about, and we're just so grateful and we're so excited to work with them. But we get all of the sort of inspiration from, I got a ton of inspiration from Pinterest and from people that we follow. I know one content creator that we follow, Lacey, has a beautiful garden in Oregon, and she has a huge parterre garden because she lives on a beautiful farm. And I got a lot of inspiration from her parterre garden in particular because I really loved her pathways and the gravel that she used and the blocks that she sort of lined those paths with. That sort of set the line. I was like, oh, that's the way I want it to feel, and that's the way I want it to look. But then we went other places in magazines and other places on Pinterest to sort of see like, okay, you know, the boxwood hedging, obviously they're going to start out as little round balls, but do we want them to grow together into a formal box hedging and that we trim over the years and that all grows together? And so we have so many beautiful inspiration photos that we've used throughout this entire process, and we've sort of reflected on those to build one beautiful sort of succinct space. And I think that that's the greatest part about planning something like this from start to finish, is that you really get to sort of go to the drawing board and think about the ideas and then go get that inspiration to formalize it. And that's really how we got this plan here.
And then the best part is figuring out how to incorporate it into our space and make it feel all cohesive. And I think we'll be able to do that with our plant choice, the colors of the stone, and it's going to feel like all of this was exactly how we planned it to be, and it's been here for years.
Yes.
I am super excited about the plan, and it's so fun to look at it on this big scale.
Yeah.
Because I can finally see all of the details, and I think it's just going to come together so beautifully.
Yeah, I cannot wait to break ground and to get this project started with you guys. And of course, we're going to be sharing every single step of the way with you, from building the foundation to digging the holes and adding the plants and making every single decision along the way with you guys. And that's not something we've done before, so I'm so excited about it.
So in order for us to get started, we have a little bit of work to do ourselves.
Yep.
So before our contractor arrives to start on our beautiful retaining wall, we have to dig up all of the plants that are at the edge of the peninsula.
Yes.
Unfortunately, a lot of them are in bloom right now, and so we're digging them out in prime season, but they're going to go back in place just as they were when he's finished. And we've been saving all of our containers from this spring, so they're going to have nice homes for a few days. We're going to keep them watered, and everything's going to be great.
All right, let's go make a big mess before we make something truly beautiful.
Let's do it.
Thanks for joining us today in the Parterre.
We'll see you right back here next week.
Next week in the Parterre.
things are about to get messy.